Hi, Jordan. Good evening.
Hello, Julie.
Yep, how are you?
I'm great.
Oh,
Just a little bit tired.
why are you tired tonight?
Actually, I'm busy last weekend
Mm.
and didn't sleep well last night, so I
Oh,
feel tired today.
you mean that last weekend you did not have rest day?
No, I have rest day, but I need to prepare my
Oh,
interview.
I see.
Yep,
So,
and my resume was accept, and
uh-huh.
I have to proceed
I
to
changed
next
your
step.
resume. I already
Yeah.
checked that. So there, your resume is actually
Okay.
good. There are only few grammar minors, and I have already um changed it. You can check that. It's just very minimal, so it's already really good. Okay. So when is your job interview? Are you just preparing for the job interview? You still don't have any specific date about that?
Nope. Actually, my resume is accept. And I'm going to. I'm already done the online coding test, and I'm waiting for the
Oh.
results of the test. And if I pass the test,
Mm,
and I will be invited to
okay.
on-site
Oh, you're gonna.
interview.
You
Yep.
had tests first. Wow. Okay.
Yep. And I think the online coding test is quite easy, so I think I will
Wow.
pass.
Really, really nice.
Actually, yep. And if I pass the test, the meeting will held in at November
Oh.
17th.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's getting
Yep.
near. Okay, so there are a lot
Yes.
of things that we need to accomplish, but I actually forgot to ask you, is this for Japan interview or for um oh, Japan interview.
Yes.
Ooh,
It's
wow.
Japanese company.
Okay, it's kind of fast. So that's really nice. Okay, we're gonna check first your questions. Let me check. Okay, so the first thing here is, why do you want to change your company? Have you already been asked these questions before? No, because it was your first.
No,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it's my
Right.
first
So
job. Yeah.
you says here, my current job has been a great experience, but growth is limited because my team is relatively small. Can you like explain that to me? Not explain, but can you example? It's gonna be a job interview already because you have your answer already. While I am listening to you, I'm also going to check
Yep.
if the grammar is okay. We're gonna do that later. I just want to hear, how are you going to express this question? I mean, express your answer, okay? So, for
Okay.
example, I'll be the interviewer. You're gonna be the applicant. I'll be asking these questions, okay? So definitely, you should know how to
Okay.
express or say these statements as well, okay? All right, all right. So, Jordan, can you tell me, why do you want to change your company?
Excuse me. So I need to answer the
Yeah,
question
I
again and
basically I just want to
express
hear,
myself.
how would you be able to read this or pronounce every details that you have provided, and then I'll be correcting the grammar if there is
Okay.
grammar problem or grammar mistake. Okay?
Okay. I see. Okay. Okay. My current job has been a great experience. Our growth is limited because my team is relatively small. So to continue to grow, I need to look at elsewhere. And I think working in Rakuten looks very exciting to me because Rakuten Group has a large-scale data in fintech business. There will be a lot of challenges while dealing with big data that Rakuten Group has. I enjoy working with challenges. This makes
Well,
me grow
the English
fast.
is actually perfect. I mean, the grammar. There's no grammar problem. All right. It's Um, wow, this is actually really a good answer. Rakuten, I've heard this company before.
Yeah, it's a very
Ah.
big Japanese
Okay,
e-commerce
because I am
company.
actually answering some survey questions from Rakuten about a different kinds of
Yep.
products like that. I thought it's a different one. Okay, so when it comes to grammar, Jordan, there's no problem. The grammar is good. Okay, were you the
Yes.
one who answered this?
Okay.
Were you the
Uh,
one who
no problem.
answered this? Are you the one who
Where do you
answered?
want?
It's really a
I
good statement. Okay. Now,
okay.
it's just that the emotion is lacking. Probably probably because
What is
you
lacking?
feel like you're just reading, but definitely during the job interview, you also need to express some emotions while answering questions, like well my like it's a normal thing when you're going to answer a question. Basically, Jordan, it should be sounded like a natural thing. Like you did not read something about that, or you did not memorize it. It should be natural. Okay? Um, you need to be sounded
Okay.
natural because definitely the interviewer, I know that you guys prepared for some of the questions, but definitely they want someone who is actually sincere about answering all of their questions. Now, your answer is really great. I like what you have said. It's just that what you need to practice is how you are going to deliver your answer. Okay, so for example,
Okay.
yes, like
More naturally.
you're
Right.
gonna need to add some spiel like okay, like that, because it will be sound like it's really coming from you. Like well, the current job has really been a great experience, but growth is limited
Oh.
because my team is just relatively small. Our team is relatively small, to be honest. So to continue to grow, I really need to look elsewhere, and I think working in Rakuten looks very exciting to me because, Rakuten Group has a large-scale data in fintech business. There would be also a lot of challenges with dealing with big data Rakuten Group has, and I think I would be able to enjoy working with these challenges. And those reasons or those things will make me grow really fast. What's the difference, right? It's like I know that I am just reading
Yes.
something in front of me, but I actually added some emotions, okay, while expressing myself. You would
Yes.
even know that I am just reading that.
I know. I know the difference. And I'm just reading an article, not
Yeah,
expressing
yeah,
my my thoughts.
which is actually
Yeah.
really good, okay? But definitely, okay, well, this is just like on how you would be able to do that next time, okay? So but that's okay, your answer is good. Okay, next is, all right, I'm
Okay.
always hearing this question because I've been working from different companies already. They're always asking what is your strength. Okay, um okay, Jordan, what is your greatest strength?
Well, I have a solid work ethic. When I'm working on a project, I don't just want to meet deadlines. Rather than I prefer to complete a project well ahead of schedule. For example, last year I even earned a bonus for completing my job 1 week
Okay,
ahead of the time.
I have a solid work
Yep.
ethic. When I'm working on a project, I just don't want to meet deadlines. Rather, I prefer to complete the project well ahead of a schedule. Last year, if I remembered, I earned a bonus completing my project 1 week ahead of time. No problem with the grammar, but is it really related to what you have experienced? Okay, good. Yep,
Yes.
it's good. Okay. When I'm working on a project, I don't just want to meet my deadlines. All right. I You don't have.
But I think the answer is it's fine, but it's not a great answer.
You need to add
Maybe I
you need
will
to add
uh,
something that would make you different from others. Okay, like
okay,
for
okay,
example, you might also say that I know that everybody here have has really a solid work ethic, but believe me, you need to have like a convincing power. You know what I mean? Wait a moment. Con My God, I cannot see my keyboard because my power is off. Ah, wrong spelling. There. You know what does it mean? Convincing power.
okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
everybody,
I understand.
they would actually hear a lot of answers, okay? But what would them of course hire what would be like marked to their mind is that the answer which is unique. Like, oh, I haven't heard this one. Like that. And definitely for the reason of interviewing someone, because they need to select the best employee, right? Or one of the appropriate suitable employees for the job. When you're in a job interview, it's like you're selling yourself. Okay, you're selling yourself
Yes.
to the company. So when we are selling ourselves, you need to give all the things that you have. Okay, all the good things which would be kind of different from the others. So um it's already a good answer. It's just that it is not that unique. So probably you can think one of your strength that you think that they would not be able to see that from the others. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Okay,
Now with
I
your
agree.
greatest weakness, you don't have an answer.
Yeah, I think the question is very hard because I need to answer a weakness, but it's not have a bad impress to interviewers.
Okay. So this is what I asked before, what I have answered, but of course, let's say that this is not an interview, Jordan. What do you think is your weakness?
Mm, mm, maybe I think there's always a way to figure out a solution, and but sometimes maybe if I could share
Uh-huh.
the problem with my colleagues, the solution will come out maybe
Okay.
faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
So whenever we discuss, okay, our weakness, you should also tell how would you be able to cope up with your weakness. Because of course, if you're going to say your weakness, it will leave a wrong impression, right, to the employer. Oh, this is the kind of person that I am
Yes.
going to hire, like that. So you need to, when you say a negative thing, your weakness is a negative one, you need to add positive thing. So for example, I'm going to say that well, I'm kind of perfectionist. You know what perfectionist is, Jordan? Okay, I will type
No,
the
I
word
don't understand.
first.
Okay.
A lot of people say this to me when I was working before from a teaching company. Perfection is a kind of characteristic wherein you want everything to be perfect. So you check on things like every day. Like,
Oh.
it's just also wasting my time at the same time, you know what I mean? Because I want to make sure that everything is
Mm.
perfect, that nobody would say something bad about my project or about the things that I'm doing. So I'm always telling that, like, I think one of my weaknesses is being perfectionist. I know that you might say that it's a good thing because um being perfect is good, but sometimes I feel like I'm really wasting my time, you know, checking on those things that I have already checked just to make sure that everything is perfect. And it's like sometimes it affects my time management because instead of me doing another thing, I'm also going to check this one first. Now, what I'm actually doing is I am trying to manage my time, okay, by doing this blah 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 blah. So, you know what I mean? I already told you my weakness, but I also mentioned that I am doing my best, okay, to avoid this characteristic or this character like that.
Oh,
So,
okay. You mean you should mention that
yes,
you
like you're
improve
doing
the
something
weakness.
to remove that, okay?
Okay,
That's for that question, okay? Now when you say your weakness, always tell how are you going to resolve, how what you're doing right now to improve yourself about that weakness, okay? All right, good. So
okay.
next is,
Eh, Actually, excuse me.
yeah.
Are you using computer? Oh, you just feel free to edit the document, and I have a copy
Oh
of
yeah,
the
sure, okay.
document. Okay, just add the lines, and
Oh, you know how to do it as well.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so let me check. um yeah, I will add that later, my comments, okay?
Oh,
Wait a moment. Let me just
okay,
turn off
okay,
my
thank you.
fan because I can hear the strong wind. Okay, much better. Okay, so next. Why are you Okay, it should be why are you applying for this job? Okay.
Are you applying? Oh,
Yep,
okay, applying. Yes.
with why.
Hey,
Okay.
applying.
So why are you
Sorry.
applying for this job? Okay. So in this question, it should not be shallow. When I said shallow, like you shouldn't talk about the money because there are some employees, they're always telling, oh, because the salary is actually much better. you know my pre my
Yeah, I know.
correct.
It's a bad
I've heard
answer.
that before from another applicant. And okay, that's a good thing also, Jordan, that here, can you see this one, that on your first question, why do you want to change your company, you did not mention something bad about your company. That's a no no. Like for example, um, the reason why I want to change my company, it's because my previous company sucks. The managers are really not good. Okay, even though that's true, even that's what you're actually really believing with, you shouldn't actually say that. Okay, that's also a no no.
Yes, I'm try hard to not to
Yeah.
mention
Oh
my
yes.
former supervisor. Yes.
Yes, it's a no-no, okay? So that's actually good that you already know those things. Okay, so let's talk about why are you applying for this job? So can you please state your answer?
Okay. I'm interested in learning more about artificial intelligence, and this job provides an opportunity to leverage my current area of my expertise, and I increase my skills in solving real problems in business. Also, I enjoy working as part of a team, and I'm working for an opportunity to work on a big project which has influence to the world. This job is part of a team working on a fascinating project, and I would love to join this work.
Okay. Um, let me check. Can you say this word once again? I'm not sure if you can see what I did. Just one moment. Um, okay, it's leverage. Yeah, fascinating.
Leverage.
Okay, only those things. Anyway, artificial intelligence. I'm not really sure. I know what artificial intelligence is. So the job that you're applying for is related to this kind of thing.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, it is
Mhm.
a area of of
Oh,
science.
okay.
Yes.
I am very sorry because I am not that very familiar. Okay. What I'm actually doing is
No,
just checking
never mind.
how are you going to deliver in the grammar itself. Okay, let me just check. I am interested in learning more about, okay, artificial intelligence, and this job provides an opportunity. It's also really good when the employees always mention about the opportunity. Why? It's because it means that you are after about the growth. You are really looking forward to have career development than to, than to have more salary. But of course, in reality, right, we want a higher salary. That's what we are really aiming for, right? You wouldn't apply for a company which will give you um, lower salary. But of course, again, we could not be too honest during the job interview. And
Yes,
yeah,
sure.
opportunity to work is really a good thing. And I don't have any comment or things that I would like you to add on this part. This is already suitable. Next is,
Okay.
okay, here. What are you looking for in Rakuten?
As far as I know, Rakuten is one of the leading e-commerce
Hmm.
companies in the world. It attracts a lot of clever people to work here. And I think working with smart people and dealing with big data like Rakuten Group has will make me grow fast. I hope I can become an excellent data scientist. And I believe Rakuten is a great company
Okay.
to contribute
You
my
know what? I
talent.
cannot edit. I cannot type something. I don't know why.
Oh, sorry. Uh, let me check. Is your email is
Yes.
Tagala
Yes.
32, right? Mm. And
Okay.
just reload the page, please.
Should I go back to the message?
No, just login
Okay.
with your account.
Alright. It's just that what I want you to correct is it's just very minimal error. I can become an, not ah. It should be an. Excellent data. Can you see it?
Oh, I
Yeah.
see it.
That's
An
also some
excellent
of the
data
mistakes
scientist.
that you've got from your resume. It's just very minimal actually. So I'm not so sure if it's just because of your typing, um, some typographical error. Yeah, I don't think it's really grammar because that's actually easy. Anyway, all right. Yep. So I can become an excellent data scientist. Ooh. And I believe Rakuten is a great company to contribute my talent. Good. What do you think Rakuten's main objective? Who there are what's this? You still don't have that? The answer?
I
Because you
think it's
need
a
to have
hard
a research
question.
for this.
Yes, I'm trying to find some information
Uh-huh.
on the website, on the official website. But the source from the inspiration from the website is very, I think, general expression, and it's very hard
Okay.
to turn into
Okay,
my
I
answer.
see.
Yeah.
All right, so it takes a lot of research to know their main objective. So, yeah. Anyway, you can find it, all right?
Okay.
There would be yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I will got
All
it.
right. So, we're going to have now the next question. Why do you want to work for a big company like Rakuten?
I know there are some questions might
Yep.
be duplicate, but I
Well,
just search in
mm,
the website
uh-huh.
and and there are some
Okay.
candidates
All right.
share their questions. So I think I should
If
prepare
there
all
are
this.
some,
And
yeah, that's okay.
I'm
But if
sorry
there are
for
some
the duplicate.
duplicates, because it might happen also during the job interview that, oh, it's kind of related to what you have asked me before, right? Or earlier. So you could probably say
Yes.
that, well, as what I have mentioned earlier, like that. As what I have mentioned from my first question, from my first answer, I do think that it's just more on like doing adding some words, okay, that would, yeah. So let's just talk
Okay.
about this one first. Why do you want to work for a big company like Rakuten, Jordan?
In fact,
This
I'm just
one,
copying
okay.
the answer from the last question. So I want to make sure if this kind of answer is suitable for
Okay, as far as I
both of
know,
the
Rakuten is one
questions.
of the leading e-commerce companies in the world. It attracts a lot of clever people to come, working with smart people and dealing with data. Rakuten Invest will make me grow fast. I hope I can become an excellent test, and I believe Rakuten is a great company to convert with my talent. It's a really a good answer, but do you think that it's gonna be related to what you're applying for?
Sure. I think it's
Okay,
exactly
it's
what
gonna
I
be the
want to
same thing.
express.
Grammar, yes, since you have copied this one, grammar is good. No problem with that. The answer is okay. Probably you can add something um that would not hint the interviewer that it's just a copy and paste. So again, um like what I've said, Jordan, there would be a lot of questions that they might ask to you. Some of the questions you might prepared for it, like memorize it. Now, the only thing that will it make it differ is that how you express it. So expression
Okay.
is really a mass, okay? I was doing that, Jordan, to be honest, when I just started to work, like first year in my company. In the job interview, I really didn't have any idea about what are those questions that they're going to ask me. And during that time when I was like 20 years old, I was not really good at English at all. I can speak English, but this is not really as fast as I want. Okay, like I would remember every word that I want to express. That will really make me very slow to speak. So sometimes I am memorizing some of the questions and answers. Now, if I'm going to memorize that, the thing is that the interviewer would know that I just memorize it. But if I practice with expression on how am I going to deliver that, the interviewer would never really think that I memorize it. Okay? So don't make it also too perfect. Try to use
Okay.
well, I guess, this kind of fillers or words will help your statement more natural. Okay,
Okay. I'll
so
practice that.
where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? 5 to 10 years.
Well, I'm really excited by this position at blockchain
Mm.
because in 5 years, I'd like to be seen as as someone with deep expertise in data science. And I know that's something that I'll have an opportunity to do here.
Okay.
I'm already really excited to take on more managerial
Mm.
responsibilities in the next few years and potentially even take a lead on some projects. I've been lucky enough to work with some amazing managers, and so developing into a great manager myself is something I'm really excited
Okay.
about. Okay, this is the first one, and I'm not
I'll
sure which
check. Well,
answer
I'm
is
really
better.
excited by
And
this position. Because in 5 years, I'd like to be seen as someone with deep expertise in data science. Okay, and I know that's something that I'll have an opportunity to do here. I'm also really excited to take on more managerial responsibilities in the new few years. Potentially, okay, I'll be lucky enough um, to work with some amazing managers, so develop a great manager. Okay, myself some I'm so excited about. My goal right now is to find a position at a company where I can grow and take on new challenges over time. Ultimately, I'd like to assume more management responsibilities and get involved in product strategies. But most importantly, I like to work with an organization where I can build a career. If you're going to ask me, I know it's kind of long for answer number one, but that's actually even better. Why? First is that you are exactly telling all the details that you would like to do in 5 to 10 years, that you still want to work, because you mentioned
Yes.
about I'm really excited by this position at Rakuten. You're still mentioning the company, so meaning to say that in 5 years time you still want to work with the same company that you're applying right now, right? That you do have really a plan to grow with this company, because you see you mentioned about in 5 years time you want to become, you really want to be seen with a deep expertise in data science. It's very detailed. It means that you are really looking yourself, imagining yourself still working from this company in 5 to 10 years, which is really great. So, because answer number two is quite good, but it is actually not really detailed and it's not something personalized. As if like this answer, you can also answer that one from different positions in different companies, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
answer number one is more
Yes.
personalized. It is more natural. All right.
Okay, thank you.
No
Now
worries.
after
Okay,
the
we'll
first
do
one.
number one, and probably you can also add some things, okay, about your own. Okay. Now, all right, We're gonna do the next one. How would your colleagues describe you? This has been asked to me as well, like 10 years ago. Like, if I'm going to ask your friends, the interviewer said, if I'm going to ask your friends or colleagues, how can they describe you? And I feel like, what? I don't know what to say. But of course, you shouldn't be puzzled,
Yes,
because
it's
if you're
very
going
hard.
to say a lot of things about you, they might say, oh my god, this is very arrogant, confident, too confident. But yeah, how would you be able to answer that? Uh huh.
Okay, my colleagues would say that I'm very
Mhm.
optimistic, as I see setback as opportunities to learn and grow. There is always a creative solution to a problem, and I love searching for it. One instance that comes to mind was when colleagues from my last job were upset about budget cut to our department, and I devised a few clever way to maintain some of our resources and shoes shoestring budget that end up being
Mhm.
implement.
Let me check. My colleagues would say that I am
Uh,
very optimistic. Are you really optimistic, Jordan? Okay. as I see,
yes.
as I see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow, there is always a creative solution to a problem, and I love searching for it. One instant that comes to my mind was when my colleague um, from my last job were upset about budget cuts to our department, and I devised a few clever ways to maintain some of our resources on a shoestring budget. They ended up being implemented. So that's something that you could be proud of, that you are very optimistic. Probably you could also say that, well, well, yeah, because that's gonna be just your first company. I'm actually like suggesting like, well, everybody from a different companies that I work with, but it will not be applicable since you just work, right, for this company. Yep, so probably you
Yes.
could say that, well, my colleagues would say that I'm very optimistic. I don't think that it's just gonna be only my colleagues who are always saying that word to me or describe me. If you really know me well, everybody would actually say the same thing. All right, like that. So, because you're just minimizing, okay, the kind of people who always, tell you that you are very optimistic. So you could say that, well, if you know me well, you can, like most of my friends, most of my colleagues, my teammates that I work with say that I am very optimistic. Okay, but it's also a good thing that you have added an example wherein you have proof that you are really an optimistic person. This is already a good
Yes.
catch, a good answer. Now, um, I don't know this really answer, so I could really not contribute anything about this, but let me just check it first. So, what is the main quality that you can bring to Rakuten to contribute to the company?
Um, as a data scientist, I'm good at collaborating with colleagues, visualizing data,
Mm-hmm.
and making business recommendations. I enjoy interacting cross-functionally with a variety of people and teams, working closely with team members to identify opportunities, design, and assess improvement to business targets. I believe that the team can solve strategic problems more easily with my help.
um, Wait a moment. This is this. I'm good. Collaborating with colleagues, visualizing data, and making business recommendation. I enjoyed interacting cross-functional with a variety. Wow, this is really a deep word. Cross-functionally with a variety of people and teams. Work closely with team members to identify opportunities, design, and access. Oh, it's kind of long. Okay. Can you say that word again? Strategic. Okay, problems more easily with my
Strategic.
help. This is actually like technical. When I say technical, you're using words which are basically really from that field, right? Or industry. Okay. All
Yes.
right. To be honest, I cannot comment anything about the main quality that you can bring to Rakuten to contribute this company, but grammar wise, no problem. It's the sentences are good. It's well constructed. Assess improvements to business targets. Yeah, it's just that I could not say anything about the quality that you can bring to Rakuten since I am not, you know what I mean, really uh trained person about this field. Okay, but definitely I
Yes.
can easily understand the next question. Why do you want to work in Japan?
Um, I choose Japan because I love Japanese culture. I figured it could, if I could work in Japan, then I could explore the culture more. But another reason was that I know Japanese people already go for perfection in their work. So I wanted to work with Japanese people and be a
Okay.
part of that.
Do you know anyone who are working from Japan?
Yes, I have
Okay.
friends
What are their
working in
main
Japan.
um comments about working in Japan? I just want to hear. Basically, let me check that later. I just want to hear. What are the usually comments or response of your friends, about Japanese?
Um, they said working in a traditional Japanese company
That's also
is
what my student said.
stressful. And yes,
Okay,
but
a
the company
different
I
thing.
apply is not a traditional company. Yes, is a like what
Okay.
e-commerce,
Mm-hmm.
electrical commerce company. So the compose of the staff is more foreigners.
Ah,
So the official language is
okay, I
English also.
see. So that's gonna be like a foreigner company, a multinational company? Okay. The
Yes.
reason why I asked you, Jordan, about that, it's just because, um, I had a student also who is a Japanese, okay, and then probably he's working from an old company, like a traditional company, because he said that, um, you know what, teacher, you wouldn't like working in Japan, and then I said why? It's because they're gonna ask you to do overtime every day, and it's like Japanese are really hardworking, and a lot of people are
Yes,
killing
I know.
themselves just to be promoted at work. You know, doing really their
Yes.
best just to be promoted at work. So I don't think I can make it in Japan. Well, I am also planning to apply in Japan as a teacher, but I'm considering a lot of things right now. Okay, so I choose Japan because I love Japanese culture. You could also say I choose Japan over other countries. Yeah, because I cannot type anything.
Other countries.
I still cannot type
Eh?
anything. I cannot type
What?
anything.
Oh,
I don't know.
why? Hmm? Average.
It's not a. Yeah,
Are
it's
you
not
access the document
email.
with your I is the
Yeah, I want to like
document
type something.
is it Shirley Chu dot Gmail, right? Uh
No, two. Yeah,
Tagala Shirley
but I
Chu
cannot. Yeah,
at gmail.com.
I don't know why I cannot edit. Probably we can figure it out next time. Yeah, it's just that, yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
choose Japan
maybe.
over the other countries because I love the Japanese culture. Yep. So I choose Japan over the
Okay.
other countries. Other countries. Yep.
Other countries. Uh,
Okay. Let's erase this one.
countries.
Okay, I don't have the power to write anything. Okay, so I choose Japan over the other countries because I love the Japanese culture. I figured if I could, then I could explore the culture more. But another reason was that I know Japanese people really go for perfection in their work. So I wanted to work with Japanese people and be part of that. Okay, that's already good. Next is describe one moment in your life where you overcame an obstacle. Oh, I can see a long answer.
Okay. Yes. Because I want to describe my project, and I think
Mhm.
it's maybe a part of my
Mhm.
self-introduce either.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's start.
Okay. At my current position, only a week after I got a job, I was tasked with setting up a new object detection system. This includes learning how to use machine learning frameworks, clean data, train models, and integrate into the file server. And as a newly graded rookie, I'm not familiar with system design, machine learning fundamentals, foundations, or even Unix. In the beginning, I was frustrated and confused with the task. In spite of the unclear definition of functions, no other colleagues familiar with machine learning, and lack of computing resources, I leveraged the object detection API which is powered by TensorFlow into our system. and train models on AWS easy too. Object detection is now running smoothly on our system with highly accurate compared to competitive products.
Mm.
For me, developing a feature that actually landing on a real product is a milestone. I believe that my commitment to being available for questioning put my colleagues at ease and made the process much easier.
Okay, in spite of the unclear definition of function. Mm. Well, there are a lot of technical words here, like UNIX, object detection. Okay, which is powered by TensorFlow. To our system and train models, object detection is now. Well, I don't know what are these words for, but definitely you were able to narrate or to state what was the obstacle all about and how you would be able, I mean, how you overcame or resolve, okay, that problem or that obstacle, which is, even I am not really trained about what is this field all about, I could say that it's already good thing, because like what I've said, you were able to state and manage to state everything, okay, that we need. Okay, so next is the first question. This is everybody's first question. During the job interview, they're
Yes.
going to say, "Hi, how are you? Yes. Okay, so are you ready? How do you feel?" Like that. All right. So Jordan, with this question, this will actually one of the most important thing. You know why?
Because it's the part
Yeah,
to show your confidence,
correct.
show your expertise,
And
yes,
apart
and
from that,
your
tell me about
experience.
yourself. This will give the first and last impression to to the employer. When you actually mention good
Yes,
things or a lot of beautiful things or unique things during this first question, they will more likely feel like they're gonna be more interested about asking you more questions. Okay, and believe me, if the interviewer only asks you few questions, it only means that they don't like you. Okay, interviewer, if they think that you would be one of the best candidates or you have the guts, they're gonna ask you so many questions because they are interested, okay, about you. So that's actually one of the
okay,
hints. Now,
I see.
let's check this out. Jordan, can you tell me more about yourself?
Okay, I've done my schooling from Taiwan. From my graduation, I chose the communication engineering program at National Cheng University. It was a very enriching experience at the university, as not only we were actively involved in practical projects, but I also got opportunities to participate in a number of sports like basketball and bodybuilding. I've been working as software developer over 2 years now. I'm fascinated by machine learning and enjoy learning about the breakthrough in technologies. So last year, I attended a professional workshop on artificial intelligence, where I learned the fundamental of machine learning and become one of the lecturers. Also, insist on improving my understanding of machine learning through online courses and getting some certifications. My qualification and work experience make me a suitable candidate for the position. I am looking to join your organization to explore new dimensions and for the further development of my skills.
Oh, okay, nice. Are you not going to say something about yourself?
Yes.
Like more personal, which this is already a good answer. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, because it's just tell me about yourself, right? So you have already showcased everything that you want to tell them, that you graduated from this university and a lot of interest things, that you like, which is to play basketball, bodybuilding, and stuff like that. My
Yes.
qualifications and work experience make me a suitable candidate for the position. I'm looking to join your organization to explore new dimensions and for the further development of my skills. Everything is good. Um, just of course, prepare on how you would be able to express it naturally.
Okay.
Yes, okay, like
I practice on
naturally,
this.
like nobody would know that you memorized that. They would probably know that it's not that very obvious. Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
where did you get these questions though?
Um, I don't know. If, if you know the website
Not
called
really.
Glassdoor. It's it's a platform for job searching. A lot of
mm,
software companies will put some job
okay.
openings on that website, and that website offers some information for candidates, like salaries, interview questions, and company reviews,
Okay.
etc. Yeah. So and I searched some
Which
questions
is
on that
really good,
website.
okay? But yeah, I think all of the questions that they might ask you are already here. And let me check. Yep. So I hope that you would be able to practice on how you would be, how you are going to deliver that naturally. That's the only thing that I am really requesting for. And always, and think for your weakness. How would you be able to answer, okay, that question without giving negative impact to the interviewer? That's very sensitive question. What's your weakness? Like, hey, why would I be able to tell you what my weakness, right? Because that's my weakness. I just want to sell my my skills. I just want you to, to yeah, do this one. Okay. So if you still want to study more questions, okay, or anything about this one, all right, you can send me, and I also corrected your resume. You can check for that. Just very minor problem.
Okay, thank you. Actually, um, next
Yep,
next to next Thursday, next week,
next
next
Thursday.
Thursday, not this week. Next week, yes. I may I take a
Next Thursday or
day
Tuesday?
off?
Thursday. Which date? Both? Thursday, that's
It's
gonna
Thursday.
be 14. Okay, I will just write it down.
Yes,
Because I.
and maybe we can adjust the time because I want to
What
practice
do you mean,
more.
adjust time?
And maybe we can move the class from next Tuesday to maybe
Okay,
sometime
yeah,
you
no
are
worries. Just
available.
tell me, okay? So I can also inform the manager about this, okay? Alright. Have you finished your dinner, Jordan? Okay, good. All
Yes,
right,
I
so
finished.
probably that's all for tonight. And yeah, if you have questions, if you want things that you would like to be corrected, then just send me those things, okay? All right. Yes. Enjoy your night,
Okay,
and
thank you.
yeah, you take care. You take a rest. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.